Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. This is back in the basic jungle. This is how it takes, baby. Mona Della's back. You know this, or this, or this, or this. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Preacher, preacher on. And today's topic to talk about is the only place you ever gonna get it. 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 Only place you ever gonna get it is right back in basic. Check out this is how it takes, baby. Mona Della's back. You know what it is. Know this, or this. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real word rise up, fake word rise down. Right the word preacher, preacher on. And today's topic to talk about is let me speak about this about Gene Simmons. You know, you know, you know, fired back at Ice Cube. Gene Simmons hit back at Ice Cube, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, inductment of comments. Kiss co-founder Gene Simmons probably don't earn many friends early this year when he told the Rolling Stones that he was looking forward to the death of rap. Fuck Gene Simmons. I mean, come on, man. Gene Simmons, this is the same guy that's spitting blood on national stage, blowing the fire, and all this other stuff. This is the same dude that actually fucked Diana Ross. And you want to sit there and want to talk about somebody? Fuck him. No disrespect, rock and roll fans. Y'all know Gene Simmons was wrong. Come on. If somebody says something about the death of rock and roll, when matter of fact, Lenny Kravitz. He had a song called "Rock and Roll Is Dead." Nobody said nothing about him. Well, why he should have made a record about that? A death for heavy metal. So fuck him. We packing heavy metal. Mean they packing guns. I know what they're saying. So fuck Gene Simmons. He wrong for saying that. NWA members MC Ren and Ice Cube addressed those comments on Friday during the in, introduction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Ren said, "I want to say to Mr. Simmons, I want to say to Mr. Gene Simmons that hip hop is here forever. We should to be here." And Ice Cube going on, and the question is, are we rock and roll? I say, you are goddamn right. We are rock and roll. Let me say to this. If people will study the genres between rock and roll and hip hop, they're one and the same. The only difference is they play the guitar. That's a musical instrument. DJ, that's a musical instrument. Drum, that's a musical instrument. What is the buck of fucking big deal? I just think this whole story is just a bunch of bullshit. Gene Simmons just doing it because he want to get attention, and Ice Cube the same way. This is the same fucking Ice Cube disrespect Easy E, and they know they wrong. They know if that was they really their friend, why would they couldn't come out and say, look, maybe they were scared to death, but still they could have done enough. So for Ice Cube, you know you wrong. You need your ass whooped. Come on, man. Come on. I understand. We live in society that everything goes around us in guard and secrecy. But I'm sorry. The truth got to come out sooner or later. Think about it. So do the right thing. I swear. I swear. Hollywood, California. In April '06, producer, actor Ice Cube attempted to the premiere of new line common barbershop, the next cut at the TCL China theaters on April the 6th, 2016 in Hollywood. James Simmons hit back on Saturday with a tweet that says, "Let me know when Jimi Hendrix get into the Hip Hop Hall of Fame." First of all, Gene Simmons, Jimi Hendrix did rock and roll. I know you look up the Jimi Hendrix. For him, he's an idiot. He is trying to say that I know what. See, you telling off of yourself, Gene Simmons. You're telling off of yourself. We all know that blacks were started rock and roll, but see, When white brothers came in, look at the Beatles. Beatles was influence of people like Little Richard and all this other stuff and Fat Domino and stuff like that. I even read about John Lennon. They were playing Negro music. They even admitted that, and this is why they didn't want to sign with the Beatles, because they thought they was not really represent of the people of Britain, because they came from the slums, which I'm proud of them. Regardless that you come from the slums, you can make it. Because there are white people live in the hood just as much as black people, okay? There are Asians live in the hood. Hood is the same thing wherever you go. And we need to stop thinking it's just black people live in the hood or ghetto project. There are a lot of races live like that. For him, fuck Gene Simmons. Because for him, he only doing that shit just to get attention. I mean, he's just a grandpa talking all that mess. Dude, you that same dude. You that same dude. When people talking about, did you know? I didn't know if this is true or not. If you listen to the record called uh, Destroyer, it was about kids kill your parents. I did not know that until I heard about it. Till John Todd said this. Hip hop is no different. It did some devil stuff. Even Easy E, one of the record coming out talking about he wants Satan to push him and drag him along. He even said it. There was some devil worship, not just in hip hop, but rock and roll too. They even said rock and roll was the devil's music. They even said hip hop was a devil's music. Why? Because music is the Lucifer of Satan. Let's be honest, and this is true. Mu- the good music supposed to uplift and lift awareness and love the Lord and love God and all that stuff. You see the difference? This is why they worship false gods, false awardment from these people. So fuck Gene Simmons, fuck Ice Cube, because my thing is this. I just think they just doing this shit just to get people in the public, just to get people to talk about it. It's all an act. That's all it is. That's what Hollywood is. Hollywood just gets you. Ooh, he said this. He said, man, fuck all that, man. Forget all that. That's just getting some people to talk about. Come on. You gonna believe what Gene Simmons and Ice Cube saying, and MC Ren know is a joke too. Fuck all of them. The way they portray Easy E in that movie, Ice Cube and Run. I mean, MC Ren, Ice Cube and Ren, y'all need your ass whooped. And DJ Yellow, you need your ass whooped too. Because it wasn't. And Dr. Dre, you definitely need your ass whooped. Because some of the stories they left off. F. Gary did not direct that damn movie. Yet he directed, but it was two white couples direct the film, and they gave it to him. So I'm telling you, this is why hip hop is so big, because of white record labels. Think about it. Think about it for a second. Black people did not have a record labels. Whites did. Whites did not like hip hop at first until Eminem came around. Well, Eminem had a lot of issues because he was talking about gays. Well, and he had to form Elton John to keep their mouth shut. We're glad because they was gonna pull the record out. Think about it. The gays got a lot of popular supporters. They know they do. But gays know damn well that they ain't doing the same thing that straight does. I'm sorry. You can call it what you want. Just like whites don't do the same, blacks don't do the same. It's a business. Let's call it for what it is. Eminem knows that. Ice Cube know that. Miss Gene Simmons, all this is act. Don't believe anything a word of it. It just gets something to talk about. I don't know why people waste their time talking about this issue. Hip hop and rock and roll is the same thing. They just hipping it and hopping and hipping it, and they don't stop and rocking it. You see, in the bang bang boogie, up boogie boogie, rock and roll is just rock and roll. I wanna rock and roll. It's the same thing. There's no difference. Like heavy metal, they pack heavy metal. Gangster rap, man, we gangsters, man. Drive-by shootings and stuff, and gang activity. What do you think that was about? It's the same thing how rock stars turn up the bars going to the biker gang. It's the same fucking thing. I don't see no difference. Gene Simmons know that. Ice Cube know that. MC Ren and all that. They know this. They know that it's just an act they do. I bet you Gene Simmons and Ice Cube start laughing because they know to get some people to talk about and they chill each other up the next day. Come on. Then have a point, as the Pitchfork points out, there is no much impostment saving for the one to open in Harlem this year, but still, no, no, Gene, just no. See, that just gets people something to talk about. I mean, all this stuff is just an act. All of it. This is why America. This is why America. This is why America is a show. It's a show that it just get people to act. And look at the comment section and see what they're gonna say. Right on, Gene. That's why I don't support R. I mean RMRFOHOF. I grew up in the 60s and the 70s. It's ridiculous. 60s and the 70s at that fucking time. That's when uh not only rock and roll came out, but that was when heavy metal. Heavy metal, they pack heavy metal. They pack guns. White guys love guns. Who love guns than anybody? It's always white guys. Who they shooting at? If they ain't shooting at themselves, who they gonna shooting at? Blacks. Blacks thinking they gonna shoot them. You white guys, man, y'all killing me. Just like my people, they can't say anything because they know what's going on. It's a fucking game. That's all it is. That was when rock and roll was in full force, and perhaps we call it rock and roll. Rap is a gene that's spoken of lyrics, but they cannot carry a tune. What you know what Paul Brown is trying to say? What he's saying is hip hop is a bunch of loud noise. They said the same thing about rock and roll. So Paul Brown, what's the difference between rock and roll and hip hop? It's still the same thing, dude. You know that as a white guy. You know that. You look at it, it's in your time. Like here, Christopher B white people, like I said, white people need to start be honest with their children and say the reason why we hate black people is because we don't want to admit that we came from them. That's all it is. They don't want to come out and say it, but we all know that white people can't produce black children. We know that. This is why you see white celebrities adopting African children. They ain't gonna talk about this. They need to talk about this. Be a man for once and say, "Yo, we do relate to these people." I'm telling you, white people they sneaky like that. They are no different. They do the same thing. John Lennon and the Beatles and Paul and Cardi and all the rest of them, they was into rock and roll. Matter of fact, Led Zeppelin, they was influenced by the goddamn fucking blues. They even some of them even said they was influenced by the blues by Robert Johnson and Muddy Waters and all this other stuff. They even said it. So white folks don't even go there. You know you influence some blacks. Don't even go there. And some blacks influence of white people's music. King Opera and King Opera and polka and all this other stuff. European music. There's a difference between European music and African music. African music, the original instrument is the drum. White guys know this. Drums did not come from Europe. Drums did not come from Asia. It come from Africa. When they start song, these African brothers and sisters did it. They said, "Yeah, we need to came up with our own." White people came up with the blowing pipes. That Irish is just like blacks in the Europe. I don't know why white people try to act like no cast, no hire, no cast, no dogs, no hire, no blacks, no hire, no Irishmen. Yeah, they in the same boat as blacks, just like Jews, just like Italians, just like Greeks. Hell, what do you think rednecks upset about black folk? Because they looking at that there's no job for them as poor white people. That's why they mad at blacks for some reason. Just like blacks are mad at white folks because there's no job for poor black folks. It goes both ways. Anyway, like here, okay, Just like Christopher B. Christopher B. Gold Smith. Rap is not ain't music. That's just a noise that insulted the ears and make it one ill. I've been hearing this from white people all my life. What they talking about classical music. They believe if they play that record, that's gonna make them smarter. Let me say to this: anybody can be a smarter. You know how they say, "I don't like a dumbass, but I like a I don't like a smartass, but I like a dumbass." It goes way around. White people believe that if they listen to music, that will make them smarter. It's this whole I'm superior thing because they know they control the banking systems. They know this. They're not dumb. They're not dumb. I don't know what the only reason why they do not relate hip hop because they can't relate to the experiment. That's what it is. It had nothing to do how smart anybody could be smarter. That's what school is basically about, Pluto. So don't let these white guys fool you and these white women. They kept saying, but tell me, if y'all hated black people like you say you do, I got one suggestion: stop serving chocolate in y'all countries, and get blacks to serve chocolate. Because I am so sick and tired of hearing white people always say, "Well, we're not against black people." Bullshit. The only reason why they're against it because they have this fear that blacks gonna do something to them. That's just paranoia to me. But they gonna make sure it don't. Well, what the Templars did and the Moors did, it was wrong. But guess what? The black Masons and the white Masons. What else is new? It is really bullshit. White people and black people, they do this stuff all the time. And a lot of that is elders' fault. They pass it on to young people. They pass it on to them. They look at it as too many mixed marriages. They want to stop that. Well, y'all need to blame Martin Luther King for that because he was the one who wanted to integrate with Europeans. But have you noticed whites did not want to integrate Martin Luther King? Have you noticed that? At that time, now they want to integrate blacks. A couple years ago, they didn't want that. Jim Crow, one of the worstest years that ever happened to black. All it does that blacks can't go to a fucking theater. All blacks can't go to a goddamn store. They can't even go anywhere because of this system. I really believe the United Nations behind that. I really do. And I'm gonna tell you something. And they need to be held responsible because they are just as much as blame as Ku Klux Klan and the goddamn Black Panthers. They all need their ass whooped for all the debts that going on at that time. They should have stopped it. White people, when y'all gonna start telling the truth and say, look, a lot of this racist stuff that we're talking about, we made all that shit up. Yeah, just come out and say it. That's all they gotta do. Just come out and say it. It's all about sadism. Satan worship. That's why if you go to Bohemian Grove, they worship the fucking owl. What do they believe? They believe if the owl see things in the dark, and the evil hidden knowledge. What do you think secret society is about? They got a guard and guardment of secrets, what's really going on in the real world. They're not going to tell you all this. These white people, like I said, man, they always find something to complain. But these are the same white folks eating that chocolate candy bar and drinking chocolate candy. Let me say to this. I love all music. Black, white, whatever. But we need to stop it already. It's all music. Like it or don't. Just the same thing I'm tired of hearing my own people always say, well, and I know what they're going to say about white. They all say, well, they only worship devil worship. Hip hop do the same fucking thing. What's the fucking difference? Only difference is white guys talking about suicide attempts, disrespect their parents, and shooting up in schools. What do hip hop talk about? Hip hop talking about block parties and celebration and all that other stuff, right? But when gangster rap came in, but really gangster rap was started at the damn Italian mafia. Cosa Nostra, basically our business. They did not like blacks at that time. They thought black people just some bunch of dumb motherfuckers can't take anything seriously. And you brothers out there, stop trying to imitate Italians. You don't see Italians trying to imitate you. Some of them is doing that. Because you imitate them, they imitate you. Matter of fact, they even put that in a Godfather movie. They even said, well, we're gonna control the drug market in our communities. I don't want that kind of drugs going out there in our business, our people. I don't want drugs to sold to true. I don't want it sold to the children. We're gonna put a market of the drug market events of colored people. Give it to the darkies, the animals anyway. Let them lose their soul. They even said in the damn movie. They even said it. I'm just my mouth just dropped. I said them Italians. The only reason why Italians say that because Italians were being enslaved by Moors. That's why they say it. Because they mix with the blacks. That's why. Just like blacks have to intermix with the goddamn European. Oh yeah, there's black Europeans. Or there are white Africans. Who came up with the term African American? It damn sure wasn't black. It was white. They even said because we've been conquered not only by Italians, we've been conquered by Germans, uh, Spaniards, French, and Britain, and Sweden. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that when white people never been over conquered by Africans? Have you now noticed that, or just me? Or we've been conquered by Europeans? This caste system was being run by the Rothschild and the Rockefeller. They know this from the oil industry, the gold industry, and the goddamn drug industry. They know that. It's been run by the two most wealthiest people. No successful, biggest wealth in the world, white wealth. The goddamn Rockefellers and Rothschild, one of the two most biggest murderers in history. And they some evil motherfuckers. They the same people that put Obama in office. But yet at the same time, they don't even like Obama. That tell you right there how the system was run. And they need to be stopped. They should have been stopped years ago. They just like Boulay. They ain't shit. They work right along with Black Skull. They work right along with Skull and Bones. Yeah, man, University. Yale University, and there are rumors going on. They collect Geronimo's head, and I really do believe that. This explains. It's so much shit going on. They were showing these white college kids worship the skull, kissing the skull, doing all that, talking about killing somebody. I ain't scared of these bastards. I know what they're all about. And what do you think Pirates of the Caribbean movie was about? Between the Moors and the goddamn Night Templars. They tell you so much in these movies. They telling you. Kiss is nothing but glam. You glam girls' makeup. Yeah, wearing girls' makeup, man. But when NWA talking about with attitude, wait a minute, y'all the one came up the word N-word. This is why they don't want black people to say this word, because they want to kill us. This is why they don't want them to say it. You got black people that act like white folks in so many ways, and whites act like blacks. All classical music is called classical. Classic. It's a classic hit record. That comes from medieval time. That's European. That's defined what their music is. So fuck these so-called people, whatever define in music, critic ass. They know damn well classical music is nothing but more is classic. That's all it is. Like this shit right here. I grew up in the 60s and 70s like Paul. And Gene was right. When he said the aura is dead for especially for the classic and alternative rock stations, you can't find a real rock station on the radio anymore. That is not true. Because as far as that goes, they collabing is the people of hip hop. That's why. They could say the same thing about you can't find a radio station for hip hop. No, the bottom line is most majority of whites do not like blacks. And the only reason why they don't like black people is they're afraid that they're gonna shut us down. I'm telling you. Yeah, and you keep worrying about us? Shit. Are you kidding me? You got the Hells Angels. You got the motherfucking Yakuza. You got Russian fucking mafia for crying out loud. Matter of fact, Lil Pat was killed by the Russian mob. And they some crazy motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you. And it's sad that they killed Lil Pat. But guess what? They killed Lil Pat because they were saying that he was stolen a goddamn car. Then he told the police. And guess what? he got dealt with. I'm gonna tell you something. You Russians, you've been used just as much as your government, but you don't want to say it because you figure, well, that we're gonna get in trouble anyway. Let's just say it's blacks. No, don't you dare say blacks up in there. Don't you dare say it, because we already know where this comes from. Because they were slaves by the fucking Moors. That's why they act like that. This is why you think Dark Ages was about. What? Because white people were being run by some dark people, by some dark brothers and sisters. That's why they say this shit the way they do. Then the Black Death, when they pledged when the black people will rule in Europe, and the Black Death. That's when they put blacks to death. It ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn Oriental flea of rats. Don't believe that shit. They were eating rats in the goddamn ships. Come on. No, it was Moors and blacks, black Moors and the goddamn Templars, white Templars, white mutant Templars were fighting. That's what it was. And a lot of people know it, and they know it. Hip hop is not rock. It's actually a place of music. It should not be in a R genre. It seems to me it's sprung from R&B. You are you stupid? It's rhythm and blues, dumbass. It's rhythm and blues, rock and roll and rock and roll and blues. Oh my God, white people are stupid. He know damn well rock and roll and rhythm and blues is the same thing of hip hop, jazz, funk, R&B. What is the difference? I try to tell white people. See, you grew up in a different time. Everything was segregated. Segregated ain't nothing but part of marriage. When you say to two people, oh, I do, they can't disagree. White people, stop complaining. I am sick and tired of your fucking complaint. Stop eating chocolate. Matter of fact, stop serving chocolate in your country. But you're not going to do that because you know that's $1 million. You're not going to do that. No. The problem is they don't like black Americans. When I say black Americans, they're talking about niggas. Listen what they're saying. It's the same way how blacks say we don't like crackers, but we're not hating white people. How would you feel about that? Let me say this. I think we need to stop complaining. This shit should have stopped 1960s. This should have stopped in 1970s, 80s, 90s, and 2000, and this stuff's still going on. All right then, but don't say it and warn you. Then you're going to see more deaths, mothers and fathers, but see, men are arrogant. They decided going to war, but they don't want to be no staying home dad. So let's say, come on, boys, let's go out there and kill. They don't even know why they killing. Then they get the women along because women want to come along because they don't want to stay at home. Okay? I swear, man. I swear, it's always, they always got something to complain about. But that's where people are. Which is ain't R&R either. All through all of it is have a genre in the blues. Yeah, it's the same thing, dude. It should be separated. A Hall of Fame. It's the same thing, dude. What's the difference between jazz and funk? It's the same thing. Jazz and funk and rhythm and blues and rock and roll and hip hop. It's the same damn genres. It's the same genres. What is the difference? What is the difference, Jimmy Green Road? What's the difference? Oh God, I'm done. I'm done with this. Hall of Fame for R&B and HH. I've never been a Kiss fan, but I agree with Gene on this point. Well, if we're gonna talk about that about rock and roll, who the birth people of rock and roll is people like Little Richard, Fat Domino, and Chuck Berry. When Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis and the people of Beatles came in, that's when they took over the genre. They know damn well. How can they call Elvis the king of rock and roll, but Elvis took all the genres from black people? Y'all know that. He ain't nothing but a culture vulture. And so is Beatles. So is Jerry Lee Lewis. Come on. It's still rhythm and blues. I don't see the damn difference. Rock and roll. They packing heavy metal. We packing metal. No, the problem is they don't like niggas. They need to come out and say it. But yet y'all niggas yourselves. Y'all know different. Y'all, you white people, you always got something to complain. But if it wasn't for Obama in office, y'all wouldn't say a goddamn word. Y'all wouldn't say shit. So keep your fucking mouth up. Matter of fact, ain't Obama's mama's Caucasian? Oh, he's still black. In the eyes of y'all, he's still seen as black. It's the same mindset what Hitler was thinking when he put that damn Aryanism. So you need to blame him. And you Germany, you need to blame Hitler for that while y'all in the situation you're in. And I hate it for y'all because y'all in the situation. Look what the fuck y'all did to the fucking Jews, for crying out loud. It shouldn't be United States paying this money. It should have been Germany pay that money. Oh yeah, there's some black Nazis. Don't get me wrong. Why you think Kanye wrote the song? Once black people intermix with white folks, chances are they're going to become Negro European or black European. They know that. They know that. Ain't there was a story about about a daughter. Her dad was a Klansman, and she had a baby by a black man, and her father didn't want nothing to do with her. He was disowned her because she was messing with a black man. I am saying this, brothers, we need to be careful. Because there's a group of people that needs to be watched out. There's a group of people that talk all this mindset, and they ain't never learned any lesson. I don't feel sorry for white America because y'all love fucking with people. Y'all love to go there, but when somebody fuck with you back, you won't like. If you don't like being fucked with, then stop fuck with other people then. If you don't like it. So fuck Gene Simmons and fuck Ice Cube, because all this stuff is an act to get everybody get racial attention. That's all it was. And I'm gonna say this to my own people. If you hated white folks so much, stop eating ice cream. Ice cream is symbolized of white. Matter of fact, stop drinking milk. No, you're not going to do it because you're going to still eat ice cream and you're still going to drink milk. And I'm going to say this to white folks. Stop eating chocolate. No, you're not going to do it. You're going to still eat chocolate. Stop drinking chocolate. Stop drinking Coca-Cola. Come on, it's ridiculous. It's stupid, man. Let these niggas and crackers fight, because that's all they want to do is want to fight. Start shit. They want to see somebody getting killed, man. Somebody gonna get killed, man. Somebody gonna fuck around, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be some innocent white people gonna get killed and innocent blacks. Y'all better stop this shit. I'm telling you right now. It better be an elder and say, yo, cut it out. Them damn motherfuckers in the street, they always doing something. Because they ain't got nothing shit better to do just to fuck with people. Y'all like to fuck with people. Y'all like to offend people. I'm about to kick your fucking ass. I ain't going for that. No. I will kick my own people ass and I kick white people ass. I'm tired of it. White people, y'all better start offending yourself because there's a group of people, y'all own people, that love to fuck with folks. And I don't know what it is. But our people are the same way. They love to fuck with other people, but yet when somebody fuck with them, they'll get upset. Man, oh God. Let me say this. I love all genres of music. No disrespect with Gene Simmons and Ice Cube, but dude, stop trying to make this racial business. Stop making a racial business. Make it as a music. It's just music. And let's have fun music together. What's the difference between funk, jazz, blues, soul, R&B, rhythm and blues, pop? Pop mean you made a pop hit. It's popular. In jazz, hip hop, and rock and roll, it's the same thing. Same thing. Heavy metal and gangster rap. It's the same fucking thing. I don't see no fucking difference. Alternative rap, alternative hip hop, alternative rock and roll, alternative rock. It's the same fucking thing. gangster rap, gangster rock and roll. It's the same thing. Y'all better get off of that stuff. And I'm out, man. It's just a waste of time, waste of air. It's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basics. Chuck of the Deuces, Cyber 2 Text, baby. Until next time, all right? All right, peace. I'm out. All right, peace. I'm out. All right, peace.